I remember once me and my friend was also beaten as a child. And I'm not talking like beaten to the level where you're fucking unconscious and you're bleeding and stuff. No. I'm talking about, getting the bell treatment from time to time, alright? You fuck up, you get the bell treatment. You're trying to do your own thing somewhere. You're living in your own world. Somebody tells, hey, food's ready. You say, just a minute. And bam, you get the bell treatment. Because you thought you can do your own thing on your own without being bothered. But, hey, turns out it's not the case. So anyway, one day me and my friend were we were wondering, like, which kids in our class were not beaten when they were younger. And we started like looking at people, examining their behavior, their looks, and we would say, oh, okay, this kid was not beaten as a child. And guess what? We were at every single time, because there are some characteristics of kids that didn't get the bell treatment. And it's really easy to spot that. So basically the kids that didn't get the bell treatment when they were younger were a lot more feminine, fragile, and a lot more passive. I guess that's the word. They were super feminine, like even their looks, they were super skinny, very feminine face features, like no wrinkles on their foreheads, zero masculinity. I mean, at least very little masculinity. At least on their faces and bodies. And all the other kids that did get the bell treatment, because we asked those kids, it was kind of as a joke, hey, were you beaten as a kid? And they said, no, yes, whatever. And the kids that did get the bell treatment were really masculine. I mean, in a way, a lot more masculine than those that were not beaten, Well, maybe it's not that strange, but at the same time, the kids that were beaten, they were a little more reserved. They were a little more introverted, in a different kind of way. They kind of felt that they were ready for the world. They felt that these kids that were not beaten, they felt that they had like really fragile personalities. You could easily manipulate them, and they seemed like these type of people that kill themselves when their girlfriend leaves them. That's what we thought, because we knew these kids for like 7 years maybe, and if you hang out with a person for 7 years, you can probably tell a lot about that person. Yeah, so we reached that conclusion that kids that were beaten when they were younger were a lot more masculine, a lot more aggressive. That is not good. Probably in some cases that's not good, but in some cases that's good. You can stand your ground. You will not be pushed around. Yeah, and that thing, kids they were not beaten. They were constantly pushed around. They would do nothing. You could easily push them around. They were not aggressive, very passive. And they had a really feminine energy, just oozing out of it. That was like number one characteristic, really feminine, really fragile, really innocent. Kids that were beaten were really toughened up, really. I mean, every single one. There were not many kids that were beaten, but those that were really toughened up. You would look at that guy and you would say, okay, I don't want to fuck with this guy. You didn't even have to say anything. These kids that were beaten were not aggressive. They were not bullies. But you could tell that, okay, this is not somebody that I can push around easily. And the kids that were not beaten, you knew that they wouldn't hurt you. You can push them around, you can pull their hair. They would do nothing. So that's that. But of course, again, these are the pros and cons, right? Everything is bad if you go overboard. If you beat your kid too much, it's going to be a fucking mess. right? He's not going to be masculine, he's going to be super submissive, like a dog. That's if you go overboard. That's what you see in these, in families where alcohol abuse is present. Kids are super fucked, have emotional problems. They are really messed in their heads. They're usually super introverted and they usually become psychopaths, something like that. So yeah, I guess everything is good in balance. I mean, I'm not telling you to beat your kid every single day for minor misdemeanors. That is a bad thing to do, but from time to time, I guess a belt treatment can do your kids good. Unless you want your kids to grow up to wear yellow skinny jeans and wear loafers with no socks. Well, hey, then just do not touch your kid. Don't give him the belt treatment.